right, my name is Rob Cole. I've been doing martial arts about 30 years, grappling 20-something. And this class is on Leglock Games, play to win and lose. You will lose a lot, but that's what I'm looking for because as I've been studying learning and different motor learning skills and all these different approaches, you need those errors entered into the system. So now you can actually correct them, but we're gonna do them in a live manner. So you're gonna do a lot of live training, not as much instruction from me, because I kind of want you to, I'll give you some constraints. It's a constraint-led approach or ecological dynamics. This is something I've been playing with for a couple of years now, gotten a little more into it. And for leg locks, to me, a lot of people are afraid of them at first, and then they learn a couple defenses, but they're still hiding their legs all the time, and they don't get in it, and then they get caught, and then bad things happen. You know, you fear them. And as if any of my Star Wars fans here, you know, fear leads to what? Anger. Anger leads to what? Hate leads to suffering, and suffering leads to blown out knees. And we don't want that. I've been doing leg locks since the 90s and still kind of here, moving around. So maybe I'm doing something right, but and then I train with a lot of gi people, and they're afraid of them, but then we just start working these drills, these games in this scenario, and you'll see the quickness that people get better at this. Because the defense is first. I like to teach from the defensive perspective first. Because without the defensive knowledge of it, you're not going to play in those games. You're just not going to do it. So we're going to start off first with, so I listed the Rookie of the Year, 2 years running, Aaron. And full disclosure, do you do a lot of leg locks?
Not a ton of them, no.
Not a ton of them? Okay, so that's good. So if he gets a little better, then the class was good. If he doesn't, just lie to me and tell me you did, right? So all we're gonna do, he's just gonna put me where, this is the best, if you take anything from this class, take this game and then play with this game. This is where I teach the majority of people who don't want to play leg locks. This is where I do. I put them in the worst possible spot, and then we're gonna back it all the way out, okay? So from this position, he's gonna just put me in the saddle, cross ashi, whatever you wanna call it. So he's gonna control this secondary leg. Just put a wrap grip there. There you go. So from this position, we're gonna start in here. So I'm gonna give tasks for me, the defensive player, and he's the offensive player. All his job is to do is to control this position. So he does not want me to escape. And all I'm gonna do from this position, so since he has this, we're gonna do two defenses at once just for this thing. My goal here is, this is good because I could put the boot on with this foot, because there's always little ankle locks and all that other stuff, but I'm not too concerned with this as much because I'm always worried about heel hook first, right? That's the killer move, right? The heel hook. So what I want to do here is I want to go, if you took, it was great, that Samantha had her class, Michael, and then Josh, talking all about leg lock stuff and defense. So I'm going to ballerina toe on this one, and since he has control of me, this is a great position, but I still can kind of move my hip, and even if he has this control here, this one's got the boot, and this one I'm going to go ballerina toe and try to stop me from turning my hip, just hold me as tight as you can, lock my legs. I can still kind of hide my heel, okay? It's still kind of hidden. Right? So I'm gonna play in here. And now when we start the games, right here, he's gonna control and I'm gonna start hand fighting move, but I'm always gonna be cognizant of this. I wanna hide this heel and I want this boot to be on. So you're just gonna play in this position and just kind of work through it. Don't go crazy yet. This is a, you know, bigger class. There's a lot of people running around. We'll stay with the same partner. In a class, I would usually just keep switching people so you get all that different body types and all that stuff. So right from here, we're gonna go, I'm gonna hide that heel as much as I can and put the boot on, and now just try to control me. You can move me around, you're trying to, he's not exposing the heel yet, he's just moving, and I wanna free that leg. And I'm gonna keep that ballerina on. I don't go back to this, because now look, there's the heel. And sometimes jiu-jitsu is super easy, is like George Costanza, you know, do the opposite, and that's when his life changed. So if he wants this, my heel like this and that, what's the opposite of that? Straight and turn. Always be on this way. And then you could post, and then you could start clearing your knee line, all right? But I want you to stay in this position, and now his job is to get this leg back. right? So say I free it, I go here and I go here and I think I'm good, snatch that thing back up. I'm like, oh, now I boot and I still hide the heel. I can still hide my heel. Just keep moving my hip, I can hide my heel. When I start doing this and turning up, the heel's gone, right? He's got it. So I'm always just gonna stay in this position. So lock it up tight. There you go. Right? Now I'm gonna do it to you, all right? And he's gonna fail. He should, you know, hopefully. So, and don't worry, you can configure your legs any way you want. Everybody has different body type. I usually like to go like this, but then I have a buddy who grabs his foot and pulls this through and he frees his heel. So then I have to adjust. And now I have to come in here. So I have this ankle lock grip. Now see how his heel's hanging out there? He's gonna turn it, okay, go. Here, he wants to free. Now if he gets it away, I try to get it back and I pull it back in and there's the battle, right? That's all we're gonna do right now. Grab a partner that's somewhat your size or you're comfortable with and start in the saddle with the secondary leg. Always grab the secondary leg. As people get better, you don't get that secondary leg, you're probably not gonna heel, all right? So let's circle up and let's just go, let's go. All right, so we're gonna go, so now in this position, same position. So that game right there, play that. When you take this home or do whatever you want, just play in there. I've spent so many rounds in that position. We're starting in the worst part. So now he puts me in it again. See? So rock that ankle. Don't let me free. Don't give me the worst possible scenario here. So now I'm in this position. What a lot of people have, if my foot's like I'm ballerina, but I'm not turned enough, that's because this hip right here. So I could just scoot that hip and it turns a little bit more, a little bit more. You want to just keep staying in that position. You want it to be hidden here. So now, this is a great control position. The saddle is awesome for control. But one of the problems with the saddle is at some point to get the heel hook, he's gonna have to kind of let go of this secondary leg. Some guys get really good at hooking, moving, doing all these different things, but at some point the he'll have to let go of this and then go for it, yes. So as soon as he goes for that and lets it go, I keep the heel and I bring my secondary leg out and I'll start digging the heel. I keep the ballerina, keep digging the heel, and then we're out. Okay, as young Anakin Skywalker said, I'll try spinning. That's a good trick. That's what we're doing. That's all we're doing. A lot of Star Wars and 80s and 90s references. It's kind of my thing. All right, so here, take the leg. So this is the secondary part of the game. So he wants to eventually get the heel. He doesn't want to hold me here all day, you know? So I'm just constantly trying to get that hidden heel. I got my boot on, and then at any way he could like, stop me from trying to get it going. As soon as he goes for it, I keep hiding it, keep digging. I'm hiding it even if we spin through, and he still has it, keep hiding it again. Don't go, I spun and now I'm good. Now I'm getting heel hooked, all right? So I just keep spinning on this position and you will eventually spin and extract that leg out, okay? So he's still working on his control. Now he's got to come up with ways to go to quicker transition. But all I want you to do not go heel hook and really rip. All I want you to do is like a false grip catch. If they get the false grip catch on the heel, you lost, all right? Now you know why you lost. And now, so you're not hiding the heel enough. Make that heel almost invisible, because I could be hanging out here. If I really hide that thing, try to get that heel. All right, I'm just hanging out here. Like this, all right? I'm doing a lot of work.
I am.
Yeah, keep going. So I'm just hiding. Now I extract and I go. All right? Just constantly do this. Everybody wants to do this and grab. You're pulling yourself into getting heel hooked. So you're here and you're just in this position and you're moving and out. Just keep spinning. Get a couple spins because they're going to have to start really holding you. So then we'll start doing stuff like this. So now I got him in this position here. All right, so hide that heel. Okay, now I gotta start feeling, oh man, I don't want that leg going away yet. So I'm gonna do stuff like this. Do any one you want. Anything you can come up with. Now, oh, I have to let go. Hide that heel. Hide it, hide it. Now he's out. That's all it is. This is the worst spot. Once you're able to be comfortable in the worst spot, the other spots are not as scary, all right? We don't want that. You get busted up too easy when you're afraid, all right? You just gotta get comfortable in the position. You want that confidence in this game. So start in the worst spot and work on the defense. So now, hold that leg, control. At some point, control that secondary leg. Try to dig the heel to a false grip. No ripping, no nothing. You get caught, you get caught. These taps don't count here, you know? You're not updating your Instagram with the taps in this class, all right? All right, everybody good? Let's play that game. Next game, ready? Let's go. So a couple questions that happened. So this is the fun part too. So he puts me in. All right, so he's got great control. So what's gonna start happening is if you start freeing this leg, they're gonna come up with like different ways to hold this thing as much as they can. And some people will take it and they'll try to pass it all the way to the other side. This kind of stinks, right? And you're like, oh man, my foot is dead to rights right here. But if I just keep his fishing, so dig that heel now still. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, now this leg's just chilling. Right? And then I could pop it out here, but even if he holds it, it's kind of got, keep digging it. I'm just moving my hip. And then, now I'm gonna give you another extra defense when your foot's on the floor here. This is, Preet started telling me about this about a year ago, and then I seen Raul did a class on it. It's like a karate sidekick, Van Damme type thing, and I started playing with this, and you're like, oh no, that's really bad because your heel is exposed. But if I have my foot on the floor and I got that really good toes, and I'm like, here, so if you pull away, I'm like Bloodsport, you know, like that. That's why I'm here, because I watched Bloodsport and Kickboxer as a kid, and I started doing splits in my bedroom, and now I'm here. I don't know how that works, but it does. So he gets over, and if my foot's on the floor, and this, you don't even have to have this, let's show here. So if my foot's on the floor, and then he starts trying to dig that heel, I'll put it behind the tricep. I'll just hold my big toe right here, and I'll really curl it in. You can't just be lazy. Sloppy feet get tapped. You know, you always want to be here or here. You got to have that flexion. So I'll just put it here and I start putting some weight. Now really try to dig that heel. And I can come up on it. And now, say he starts getting under, then I can switch to the ballerina again. And now I can spin it out and go. So you could play between that side kick right here and that ballerina toe. A little harder when it's up, but you kind of want the floor there too. You could play with it. Hook the tricep. They get a little frustrated and they really start digging. And when they make those big moves, then it just goes from here to here, because you can't extract here, because you just get hooked. So it goes from here to here. This is the bonus technique right here, right here. This is the extra one. So right here. So playing that, so now try to do, really try to hide the heel. Let that person pass that foot to the other side to really feel that. So you have to really work on hiding this heel. And I'm just doing this, you keep digging. Now I can straighten it, mess with him in here, coming up. Now see, I have all the weight under there. He's gonna start spinning, doing his thing. Now I'm just hiding that heel. Don't do a spin and go, I'm free. Now you're done. Or you can still do other type of late stage defenses, but we don't want to get to that. So just stop getting, so really try to dig it and get that false grip on it right there. But now you could play with this when it's on the floor. You could straighten it, but let them have you in the worst possible spot. Not a fun spot to be in, because they may even start attacking this. Now I can hide the heel on that side too. Now I'm just playing like this. Just doing these weird things right at my feet. But always like this or this, not floppy. All right? No floppy feet. All right? Everybody got it? Let's play. So now, that's more the inside positioning, the saddle, very popular. Like I said, it's a super amount of control, right? We got all this control. You're doing all this, but at some point you momentarily have to kind of let it go a little bit. There's some tricky things you could do, bringing the leg over, I think I've seen Robert Deagle does like all this stuff and then passes it, and you know, it works. But at some point, he even says they have a split second to get that heel out. So we're gonna play with some position. It may be new for some, but we're gonna go at the final end stage of it, and I think you'll be okay with it. It's 90-10 or outside Senkaku, whatever names you want to call it. So all we're gonna do, we'll be in the same position here just to get into it. And I'm gonna take this foot, so this is outside positioning. So less control, but you have a better chance to expose the heel. All right, I'll show you why. So we put the foot in the center. This is the key to the move right here. This is so around the hip. Like this is, you want to get around that hip. You want to put this foot right here, so when he comes into you, you kind of have something to keep him away. And now you want to back heel and lock in that hip. You got to have some type of hip control in here. So we still want to worry about the secondary leg, but what this affords me right here, this position, is now I have the ability to actually rotate around the knee. And as I rotate them, so you could be in the back of the knee, not as good. Side of the knee, that's where some of the breaks can happen, or the finishing mechanics, finishing spots. But if I rotate around the knee and I bring my hips around the knee, now look how easy it is to expose that heel right here. And then when I bring it back, nice bend in the leg, and now we have this position. We're not going to get here. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I still just want you to dig for heels. So you still want to control this secondary leg. His defense is exactly the same. Hide that heel. Hard to do. Now I want to hold this. You could go really tight, but you can't spin as much. So I'll just usually use like a grip over the top of the foot right here, and I'll hold that leg in, and I keep this back heeling. So now I want to go in between the leg right here. And now as I rotate through, I just drive my elbow around and I look for that grip. But his heel still has to be hit in the same way. It's still hard. Okay, and even if we spin right here, I come across. I don't want it out here, because now we're playing 50-50 and he's got a chance for my heel. I don't like 50-50, as in, because I'm always defending the heel and I don't want him to have as much. I want the percentages, hence 90-10. So we're gonna go here and then we're gonna back it out. So we'll start, so if you start with your saddle, just bring the foot to the inside, right here on the stomach, get around the hip, and really lock it down. So what he wants to do, if I have this leg trapped, and I'll just be here just for fun, I got this, he's gonna wanna take that leg and move it away. Get it out of here. So now the battle is this. And keep getting that leg back over. Just like that. I got more heel exposure, but I have way less control. If you took Michael Courier's class with like the K-guard, so you're up. So we're playing like the K-guard stuff. It's that same battle, right? And you find you can go down or you could go up through. So now we're into it. And then what I do when I spin around, I don't go to 50-50. I already have the foot there, and now I'm already in the 90-10. I bypass that 50-50 option. I always want this around. Now I look for that secondary leg. And now I can start playing it here. His defense gotta be same. Don't let that heel out there like a loose tooth. Good, boom, and I keep going around. Look for that leg. Now he wants to extract the same way. Get out, and now we're playing. All right, we're playing in the game. But he's always this when you're learning this defense. Then you can play afterwards, but this is the kind of defense. So get to that 90-10, really get around the hip, right? Get around the hip, okay? And you'll find funny stuff happens like Josh's class. So I want the leg on the inside, and then maybe they break something through and they go mermaid legs like this, and he keeps his legs together. So I'll snatch that up and I'll try to get to here too. I could still, if I could break through here, I could still expose that heel, even with this grip. My buddy with long legs did this to me. I'm like, this is not right. And he just did it, he submitted me. I'm like, this sucks. So I started playing with this more. I still control that leg. But then eventually I can fight it back through, or I can switch in between. You're always playing with your feet. All right? So start in the 90-10, hide the heel, extract the leg, right? Control for the offensive person and try to dig heel. Defensive player, hide the heel, extract the leg. It's the same thing. Same as the saddle, whatever you call it. All right, all good? Let's play. You're gonna be playing there again. But now that was, the 90-10 was the end goal, all right? So we want to get there, right? Because everybody's like, when you show the end, it's always like, well, how do we get there? There's a lot of ways to get there. I showed there's K-guard. Alan's like switching. You can switch from saddle to this. Just moving your feet around, but what's the main point of it still? The control, right? You just can't throw these things out and not have control. You can, but you know, I'd like to have a little control. All right, so now, Aaron, over here, please. So, 50-50, all right. A lot of times in 50-50, people do is they think, I gotta save myself, I gotta protect myself. So what do? They lock up a triangle. And then I lock up my triangles. And we go, all right. Now I'm starting to dig and all this stuff. And generally the person that's more aggressive at this point and is not worried, I got a buddy that he loves the 50-50 shootout and he doesn't care. Oh, he's got flexible, thank you, brother. Liquid Rob. So he likes this because if I start going and he gets here and I'll get the heel and then he'll start attacking it and he'll take the damage to get his damage. I won't do that. I got 48-year-old knees. So in this position, I want to get rid of the fear. Don't lock your feet. I'm not saying never, as my buddy used to say in Tampa, always. I mean never do this, all right? So you got to play between it. I want it to be open. So nice and open, don't worry about this. So as soon as we hit in this 50-50 position, we're both just gonna try to hide our heel in this position. And now what I wanna do is the battle's gonna be who could get to 80-20, because I got my hip out. Heel's still a little exposed, right? And now I wanna upgrade again, and I wanna be the guy to get to 90-10, okay? So as soon as we fall, like say we're up top, come up and stand up with me. So I hit a beautiful thing and I go, then don't just go right to here and we both 50-50 lock up. No, start hiding it because now I want to move that heel. I want to extract, so I want to be hiding my heel. He's hiding his heel, hopefully. And now I can hold that knee line. Just grab anything. It doesn't have to be super perfect. Just grab stuff, all right? That's a good rule of jiu-jitsu. Just grab stuff, all right? So I grab it here and I can hand fight. Another good rule in jiu-jitsu, all your limbs should be doing something. If this hand's just chilling, doing nothing, it's not helping me. I can just move in, I'm hiding the heel, there you go. Boom. Now I'm hiding because he took the advantage. Now you get the 90-10. There you go. Oh, he went, there you go. Now I'm here, now what am I doing? Hiding my heel and trying to get rid of this leg. Get away from me. Go, get. Oh, now we're back at 50-50. Oh, now I'm messing around some more. I'm trying to get that thing out. Uh-oh, now I'm in here. Now I got the secondary leg. Boom, that's the game. So start open 50-50. We can both go on 3, ki. 1, 2, 3, ki. Right? And now we're gonna go. And I'm gonna pull it in and try to get to that 90-10. You're gonna mess up. Now I've been teaching, I love the mess. Messy jiu-jitsu is good in training because that's what's gonna happen. It's not picture perfect technique. I kind of got away from that. That kind of makes the class look good. I like my class being messy, but in a constrained environment. If it just comes this chaos, then I have to add another constraint. Say you cannot leave, you cannot exit. You have to play in the fire, all right? So we're gonna do that. We're gonna start 50-50, hide in the heel, control the knee line, try to get that leg out. So look, my heel's hanging out there. Oh no. And I have a chance. So as soon as I feel that, oh no, I gotta have that little red light come on. Go. And now I can start extracting, trying to get to my position. Now Aaron's gonna start hiding. Yes. Oh, now I gotta get this thing there. Look, now I switched it to the saddle. Now I'm in here. Now I turn him up. He still better hide that thing. Good. And then he spins and rolls. Everybody got that? So open 50-50. Don't cross your feet. Sometimes that's eventually, that delay is inevitable. You're gonna get heel hooked eventually. All right? You'll need that as defenses and you start reaching with hands. I'm not defending my heel. I want to just go. All right? Everybody got it? Let's play.
100-0. Okay, so this one's like blocking my chest, so I'm remembering it. This one's gonna come across. Don't block.
Get the 90-10.
Oh, you like
It's really good. I really do like what I'm seeing. I always get a lot of anxiety about teaching stuff because I challenge myself on how I'm going to teach. And instead of just doing what I wanted to do, this game-based approach, and I'm like, this thing could have just went sideways and just awful. And I'm just, last night I'm waking up at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I'm like teaching it in my head. And I don't even know why. I think Frankie said to me, hey, you get nervous before class? I'm like, no, man, I'm cool. No, super nervous all this time. I like it, like the energy. So it was really cool. So now we bring Aaron in. So now we're gonna back it up some more. All right, so now we're gonna start. He's down on his butt. We're gonna go super double butts. Oh, and just a quick one, if Michael Courier's still here, there's a lock where if I get this 90-10 position, and if I'm not worried about this foot, and I get super floppy feet with him, I think I was playing with him last main camp, and I was getting in this position, and he put like a lens lock on. Well, yeah, like, so my foot's floppy, yeah, it's gonna hurt. So just always, everything has to be doing something really well. Really good people take advantage of these little weak points. Or like Charles, what's the Dukaroo? Yeah, so you just go here, and it's the same thing. You could start a game right here. Start in the Dukaroo. Because he gets out, you're gonna get there. Yeah, Dukaroo for all, right? So we're in here. You could play this game on your own and just go. And I could play here because now I'm a little more hidden. I got this and the same principles. Control the secondary leg, dig the heel. This stuff isn't super complicated. It looks like leg spaghetti, but you start getting like, oh man, I'm moving it. He was over here, he's upgrading. He's like, oh yeah, I'm all on it. Now I can just play here. I can get to this position. Start from the end. And it's a lot harder for him to get out now. But now I'm gonna see how I get there. That thing, yeah, all right, good. Up, switching, up. Now I'm switching, right, doing my thing. So now we're gonna start. That was just a sidebar about the lens lock. There's other little tricky things. But I always want to go heel hook first. All right, so we're gonna go double butt scoot here, right here. One on the outside, one on the inside, and we're gonna start here. All right? Now, you're gonna not run. You're not gonna run. You're gonna play in here, and you're gonna try to get to a leg entanglement. So there's a lot of inside pummeling, there's position, and just get to it, right? Try to get to something. Find any way you can get there. All right, if you wanna try to bolo in to it, if you could do that, you want to get in there, just find those legs. But play in here, don't run, okay? And if you want to have a lot of fun, the get-up game, I think Chris has showed this from one of Preet's things, where I play with everybody all the time. Whoever could get to their feet first, so you're always worried about the bottom foot, like we try to stand. So he's going to try to stand. We're both going to try to stand and do leg entanglements. Bonus game. There you go. This came up with. All right. Ready? Bonus game. Standing and leg entries. Ready? And there's going to be a lot of mess. Super messy. Ready? Go. And you can do ankle lock grip too. All right. Uh-oh. No. No, I'm up. That's it. I didn't get leg locked and I got up. All right. That's how it should go. And if you play with Charles, look out because you might get leg swept and dropped. Like you did yesterday. So let's play double butt scoop, leg entanglement or stand up. So if he lets go of my bottom leg, now I could get up, but now he could shoot in for some type of entry. Anything he wants. There you go. Yes, now he's in here. Now I'm fighting that off. I'm always taking away the attachments. Hand fighting. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and now I want to get up. Now I want to wrestle and pull guard. All right, we're good. Double butt scoop game. Get upper leg entanglement. Let's go. Let's play. So, like I'm saying, I do a lot of this, my training has evolved to this ecological approach, constraint-led learning, and it started with the leg lock stuff. And then different defensive jiu-jitsu, because you can't play defense without the offense. You need them kind of coupled together. And I think that's why newer people really gravitate towards the defensive stuff, because they're literally constraining themselves against live people. You go to your gym, you play that stuff, and everybody gets like, and they want to break through, and you just hang out there because you're constraining yourself. It's a constraint. They have a task, get an underhook, get a whatever. They don't know it, but they have it. And now that's why you pick up things quicker in this environment. So then I started wanting to do it to other parts. And then I went, there's a guy, Greg Souders, he does ecological training, and he does it in all phases. So that's what I'm playing with. I'm not saying if it's right or wrong. This is just what I'm playing with. I've been doing this for, a long time, and I always want to keep learning more. Constantly, even now, I don't know enough. And it always keeps adapting as the game changes, right? So we keep adapting these things. Very concept heavy, but this constraint part, it's almost like live rolling. It's almost like positional sparring. It's in between because you have those constraints. You skip out the technique part with, the technique part. Me and Craig had like an hour talk about this. We're still, Brad drove Brad nuts. But anyway, so then you have the theory, the concept, which you can't do a concept by itself. So you take the concept, you put it into the constraints at the live training, and now you have that. And now you're constantly losing and learning. You're getting that all together. And that's what I want to see, and see where you can add it everywhere. Legs is kind of easy to do it with, but you could do it from so many different places. And if you're always looking for different stuff, so like the K-guard entry, now I'm just kind of, I'm going off on a tangent. It's my last 5 minutes, so I can. So if I'm doing these K-guard entry, like we were saying, everything's kind of saying, and what is that? You're getting to be behind the back of the knee, you're controlling the hips, and you're going there. So now, I really like playing from down into like a knee shield. I really like playing in here with the defensive stuff, and I'm not looking for the leg, but watch this position. I get the shoulder crunch in this position, right? And what am I doing? I'm controlling the armpit space instead of the back of the knee behind here, and now, boom, I swing it around, and now I'm almost into the same setup. And now I'm doing triangles and all that. Look, it's like the outside Senkaku, right, and all that. It's just everywhere. You don't have to learn all these different moves. They're all going to connect because they're going off the same thing. Back of the knee, armpit, back of the head. Chris Payne talks about that a lot. Just think of that stuff. What are you grabbing? What are you controlling, right? So you're constantly doing that. So we can probably do, and Mike Courier had a great one. He just started K-guard right here, right? Down in this position, and he just started right from here. We want it live. Okay, so if you want to, you could go back to the other game, or if you want, you're a K-guard guy, just play here. Try to free that leg and get to that position. And now we're playing from here. So we backed it up. Now that's the K-guard point. We don't have to go through the first part. We could keep going, but we're going to go through the end stages and go them all the way through. And then it just keeps backing up. Or we're playing here, the get-up game. Boom, and Aaron gets up, and he wants to play in it. And then I see that K-guard, and now I'm in. And now we're fighting again. And we'll always go back to the same stuff. Hiding the heel. Dude, what's that heel doing? There you go. Man, it's only been an hour. Good, now we're playing, now we're back to the get-up game. Oh, maybe I'm doing some of that stuff. Now we're playing in this, hide that heel. Oh, get that leg free. Good, now we're out. Mess, big old mess. But with some rules, all right? Let's play that one more time any way you want. You can go K-guard start, get up game start. Got a couple minutes left. It's your time to train, all right? This is where you're learning how to do this stuff. So let's go. Let's play. But stick to the constraint of what you're trying to do. Single leg X.
Remember your job is to clear that leg and hide your heel. Get that leg out. There it is.
Bring it in for the last time, just for the closing. For the closing speech or whatever. So, quick question. You can lie. I have no problem with you lying. Do you feel better playing legs right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I love the claps. Bring them all. All right. No, so that was great. I love it. Just play like this. And I'm telling you, your leg game will get better. I guarantee it. Unless you're just really bad. No, anyway. No, you will get better. You were really bad, then you get kind of bad, right? Then you get a little less bad, then you're kind of good. It takes a while. It's not overnight, right? It takes time. You're playing in these situations. This is a great way to learn. I'm actually doing a little workshop talk on this tomorrow. I think it's at 5. Just my experience with the constraint-led approach, the benefits, what it does for you, this and that. If you want to try it out, like I'm saying, it's not the best way. I don't know if it's the best way. I don't know what it is. It's something I like to do. I want to keep trying new stuff all the time. That's my journey in jiu-jitsu. I've been doing this so long, I don't want to be bored. If I was still doing old school self-defense and all this stuff, I would have probably been out of it at some point. You always got to cut and go, I did MMA, I did this, I did all this different stuff. So I like to do this, and my goal is to learn. And this for me right here, this was my learning experience of how to coach better. Because if I expect you to get better, I need to keep getting better. I'm not just going to keep this the way it was and done. I want to add on to the game for me and for you also. So hope everybody liked it. I would love to get a picture. I like pictures. So that's really good job, everybody. Thank you.